Yeah, so Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, right? Double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone, who rule well and do well, elder apostles, Connecticut bishops as well, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, the elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold. Shalom to you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. This is your brother Aram Yahawada with the lesson.
That Elon Musk just posted this. Dude, did you know that USAID, using your tax dollars, funded bioweapon research, including COVID 19, that killed millions of people? Just so you understand, EcoHealth Alliance is a US based nonprofit organization that focuses on research emerging from infectious diseases, particularly those originating in animals like bats in deep caves in China. It was led, of course, by Dr. Peter Daszak, and it partnered with the Wuhan Institute of Virology to do bat coronavirus research before the COVID 19 pandemic. But of course, it gets worse than that, because EcoHealth Alliance has a long, cushy relationship with Dr. Fauci over at NIH. In fact, Fauci funneled millions of dollars from USAID through the NIH over to EcoHealth Alliance. So it's one big money laundering operation. So Fauci subcontracted the creation of COVID 19 using money from USAID, funneled to EcoHealth Alliance, led by Peter Daszak. Follow this? And then, according to CIA whistleblowers, the CIA offered to pay off 6 CIA analysts who discovered that, yes, COVID 19 was created and born inside the Wuhan lab, essentially. The CIA also then burned the documents, blurred out and hid these documents to hide all of the evidence. This was a bombshell story last week. I think we had the update last week. So the CIA covered it up. Once it leaked out, killed millions of people worldwide. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here at all, like this.
Excuse me. All right, move on. Nothing to see here. Please disperse. Nothing to see here. Please.
So it gets worse for USAID. Again, we're just at the tip of the iceberg for just how bad USAID really is. So let's run just a few of them really quickly here.
Yeah, so, as you can see, due to that, basically the so-called revelation of all these things, which, the government is been wicked, right? Right? As the scriptures say, as the king or the ruler of the people, so are the people, man. So this been a wicked place altogether. Not to mention, was it 2014, 13? There was one lady that came on the internet, and there was a thing that was used to could type it in 20 agencies that's not actually part of the United States. The CIA was one, the FBI is another. They're not actually American agencies, right? So when you're dealing with this, they're not American agencies. They actually belong to England, right? But this is their so-called way of doing something, which in reality they're doing nothing, because these are not even American agencies, right? It says inside the CIA bold workforce restructuring, what really happened. what's really happening, Slovakia. It says in a surprise move, the Central Intelligence Agency has initiated a sweeping workforce reconstructing by offering buyouts to almost its entire staff. This initiative aligns with the broader effects of the Trump administration, right? Yeah, not making any money off of this. So this, for educational purposes only, fair use.
Including food and medicine. Also overnight, in another move to scale back the federal government, the Central Intelligence Agency becoming the latest agency to offer buyouts to its workers. Legal experts warning federal workers not to accept the offers, calling them legally dubious, adding that Congress has not authorized funding to pay for them. It's all a continuation of the government overhaul steered by Elon Musk, the billionaire sidekick of Donald Trump.
There's going to be a contest here about who's really in charge.
Democrats are worried about Musk and a small team of tech experts from his private companies getting access to government computers and systems. But in a letter to lawmakers, a Treasury Department official said tech executives working with DOJ will have a, quote, read-only access to those systems.
Elon is a big part of this, so I'm encouraging him to continue digging because we need that information.
As of yesterday, more than 20,000 federal workers are taking part in a buyout program modeled by Musk, according to the Office of Personnel Management. But Democrats argue the billionaire's access is unauthorized and possibly unlawful.
We're concerned about how the whole process works, and ultimately, the buck falls with Donald Trump.
Capitol Hill Republicans do not seem concerned that Trump may be usurping their authority. In fact, they are embracing it.
I do think they have the right to review funding and how those decisions are made and what priorities are being funded.
That deference to Trump extends to his most controversial administration picks. Both Robert F. Kennedy Jr., his pick for Health and Human Services Secretary, and Tulsi Gabbard, his choice as Director of National Intelligence, squeaked through committee votes. Both are expected to win confirmation on the Senate floor. And this morning, another move by the administration that could directly impact you as a consumer. Certain shipments from China are on hold as the U.S. figures out how to apply the new 10% tariff imposed by President Trump. Now, this could impact shipments from the e-commerce giants Shein and Temu, which millions of Americans buy from. Craig?
All right.
Yeah, so this is Proverbs chapter 10, verse 7. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud, right? So basically this, the CIA, which is not an American organization, first and foremost, right? I believe it's a British, right? Allegedly, it's a British, or, but they put it up, but either way it go, they're fraudulent, right along with the U.S. aid, right, that they're talking about restructuring, gutting it out, and I guess restructuring it, but who are you leaving in the hands of more wicked people? So you're gonna rip out those wicked people so you can put your own wicked people in there, right? So nothing becomes really different, right? It just looks like you're doing something, right? Then it's also talking about gutting the U.S. aid threatens billions of dollars for farming, right? So this is what I'm saying. So though they're looking like they're it's like a new regime change, and they're doing this for your benefit. So, but if it messes with the farming, which is how you eat, right? How you put food on the dinner table, right? So now there's another thing that's going to go into this whole famine, right? Right. So then it's going to be a famine of the word and an actual famine of bread real soon. See, right? Under his tongue is mischief, right? See, and really that's ultimately what he's doing. He's gutting out this thing. Oh, we're gonna tear this thing, we're gonna tear it down and build it back better, or whatever the madness that they're doing. But really it's mischief behind the whole thing. Right? Matter of fact, yeah, because this is Revelation 13. This is how we know that this devil, man. Right? Because in Revelations 13 it tells you by the deadly wound that was healed and came back, which we know that that's the Roman Empire, right? And then the one with the deadly wound that was healed, which is the Roman Empire, this is how they will behave. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things, see? Right? And that's basically what Trump is doing, you know? Hey, we're going to turn the Gulf of Mexico into Gulf of America. We're going to take Gaza and we're going to make it basically an American utopia for everybody, which really means a 15-minute city, right? Or maybe a series of 15-minute cities, right? And that's why he said the what do you say? What did they say? Who's gonna live there? He said the world's people, right? Right, which means citizen, which citizen means slave, right? Basically. So their slaves are going to live there. That's basically what he's saying. It says, yes, speaking, yes, and there was given him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, right, against Most High, against his children, man, even against humanity, man, against just human. What is it called? I guess I'll just say consideration, you know, right? The live and let live type of mentality. That's what you should have, right? This is a God fearing place, and you know God can save everybody, right? Which because we know that's not going to be the case, man. Right? The Bible speaks about slavery, but his thing is to give you sunshines and rainbows while he's enslaving you. See, but we're going to give it to you straight. Hey, look, the nations are going to go into slavery under the Israelites, period. We're not going to give you sunshines and rainbows, right? Give you a thing of you know, a false sense of freedom or whatever, but overall you're just a slave. No. But this is this guy, and he speaks blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months, and he opened his mouth in blaspheming against the power, the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, blaspheming his name and his tabernacle, which is this people, right? Oh, and well, you can even say the land too, technically, right? As Gaza over there, right? You're blaspheming against the land, you destroying the land, and then we're people before a place, so you destroyed the people first, right? And them that dwell in heaven, right? Right, and the people, just even regular other heathens, you destroy them, right? That's this guy. Yeah, so says that under his tongue is mischief, right? Going back to Psalms 10 and 7. So under his tongue is mischief and vanity, right? Because they were setting up, allegedly spending millions and millions of taxpayers' money to set up, plays that went for the LGBTQ elemental P community in other countries, and even in Russia, right? Basically, as a sneaky tactic, right? It's basically vanity, right? To have people in this vain state, but in this vain state, it doles out the people, man. Now everybody's walking around immoral, and no one says what's right or what's wrong, right? Matter of fact, let me get this real quick. Yeah, so this is Ecclesiastes chapter 5 in the NLT, the futility of wealth, right? Right. It's basically it's pointless, right? Right. So it says, be not surprised if you see a poor person being oppressed, right? And that's starting with you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. But they do it to the whole entire world, man. They do it to the whole world, right? Even their own people. By the powerful, right? That's them, man. They're on top. The earth, the world, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, right? He covered the face of the judges thereof. If not, and who is he, man? Right? It's got to be this devil, right? That's opposite of the Bible. Long hair, right? Pale skin, right? Which is leprosy, which the Bible speaks absolutely opposite of that. Long hair is a shame. It's a shame for a man to have long hair. And you got put out the camp in Israel if you had leprosy, right? So that's not the case, man. It's totally opposite, right? But they're the ones who's powerful, and if justice is being miscarried throughout the land, right? And that's throughout the world at this point, but definitely in the land of America, where you got the so-called CIA, which is not an American organization, allegedly, right? This USA aid who did some type of thing, so now they're in the spotlight in the news, and now they're saying, hey, if you gut them, there won't be any money for the farmers. So hey, now you got the tariffs that's going to inflate the cost of goods. But if the farmers are not there, you can't get the USA aid is not there to give them their money to the farmers, which I don't know how. I mean, you're supposed to just appoint someone else to go give them the money. But hey, let's just throw it out there. Why there won't be any more food, right? As if you can't just appoint somebody else to do it, right? You're this great, smart, whatever. It says, but for every official, right? That's what they say they are. They're the official people in the government, the Congress, this, that, so on forth. They're the ones who could give the laws, enforce the laws, send forth their CIA, send forth their ICE agents, all this other madness that they do, right? Right? They're the officials. Is under or orders from higher up, right? And matters of justice get lost in red tape and bureaucracy, right? because there might be some people who legitimately think that they're doing a great deed, but this, at the end of the day, they work for the elite, right? So all this stuff get hung up that you're in the ghettos, the vadios, the reservations, you're in all these different things. They're putting off that they spent off all this money, taxpayers' money, while you're hurting, and there's no account or there's no way that they can just give you your money back. But when it comes to tax season, if you owe, they're gonna make sure they run you down to get your money, because they're talking about giving the RRS guns, right? So damn if your money went to goddamn to do a rainbow LGBT play in some foreign country you'll never see. I mean, it'd have been nice for you to be able to use your money and go on a vacation, go see some things before the world turns into ashes real quick, before World War III pops off, right? Before all the things that were beautiful are burnt up, right? Yeah, so this is Proverbs chapter 28 and 5. Evil men, right? Dealing with Esau, Edom, right? These, the self-proclaimed so-called white man, right? Right? The earth is given into his hands. Obviously, he's the ones who's the officials, right? Ruling the world, right? Putting forth red tape in their bureaucracy, right? In their so-called law giving, and when you know about the red tape, it's always like you got to do something and do something else to get to something else, and then it's, oh, did you go talk to this person, and then you go down there to talk to this person. Well, you know what? Before you could talk to me, you got to go to such and such, and file whatever papers to file that and pay for that. Then after they file their thing and say that this and this and this and that, then they'll send it to me, and then I can see you. Right? A bunch of red tape, like a bunch of running around, right? Giving you the runaround, so to speak, right? And their whole thing is to hide behind their justice, or their and now they're hiding behind so-called reconstructing this thing, right? But you're the wicked, you're the evil men. How can evil men reconstruct something and it be righteous? It's never going to be righteous. So evil men understand not judgment, man. So at the end of the day, they could gut it out, reconstruct it, bring in whatever. It's always going to end up being evil and wicked at the end of the day. It may start out righteous, maybe the first year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, right? 20 years. But eventually the thing will become corrupt, which they don't have much time, right? Because their speed, this is Operation Warp Speed. So, it's not going to be righteous, probably not even in the first year, right? They're the people who write unrighteous decrees, right? According to, what is it, Isaiah 10 and 1. They write unrighteous decrees. This is their laws. So, come on now, right? So evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakal Kadash, understandeth all things. So that's what we're doing, man, right? Through the Holy One, we know all things, right? The scripture says we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. We're not letting, oh, you know what? They're reconstructing, you know what? Things are going to get better. See, we're just so glad that Trump is in office now. No. We're glad because this devil is going to bring down that wrath, man. He's gonna He's gonna bring down the hammer in order for that hammer to get shattered by Yahweh Shai, man. Right? Because the hammer of the whole earth, right, is gonna get shattered into pieces, man, real soon by Yahweh Shai. But first, he's gonna let you swing that hammer one more time, right? In order to fulfill the purpose of the Most High, to judge those, so those who meant to die will die. You know what I'm saying? Such are for the famine, to the famine, such are to the pestilence, to the pestilence, such are to the wild beast, to the wild beast, such are those to the sword. And this is what the Most High said, and that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna fulfill the Lord's will, right? Yeah. So this is Isaiah chapter 59, verse 15. Yea, right? Which means, oh yeah, oh yes. Truth faileth, right? Yes, yes. Yes, truth faileth. Right? Because there's no truth, right? If the righteous cannot understand judgment, then of course, yea, truth faileth. And he that departs from evil maketh himself a prey, man. And so truth faileth in this land, America, Babylon the Great, which is the daughter of Babylon, which is also known as spiritually Sodom and Egypt, right? Just also known as that merchant city or the bloody city, right? Right? Also known as the city of what? A confusion, right? And that's this place, man. You're confused about what, because it also tells you in the scriptures they who have made what's good evil and what's evil good, and that's the place where righteousness fell. So you got this person who tells you what's evil is good for you, saying he's going to destroy and dismantle this CIA agent and this U.S. aid, and we're going to reconstruct and we're going to put it in there. And then you got this billionaire, right? Elon Musk saying he's going to do this, he's going to do this. Oh, matter of fact, there was another plane incident yesterday. And so he's saying Elon Musk is going to basically reconstruct, some type of law and order towards the airplanes and stuff. You're just some billionaire that, I don't know, they just propped you up, right? For me, I'm just glad I'm not a so-called American citizen. I mean, I am, but I'm not, because I'm trying to be a citizen of the kingdom to come, right? If I'm gonna be a prisoner or a slave, I'm gonna be a slave to Yahweh Shai, man, right? Because that's ultimately what citizen means. Citizen means slave. So I'll be a slave to Yahweh Shai, not to this madness, man. This is absolutely crazy, bro. Some billionaire tech person, whatever, who gives Bill Gates, Bill Gates of hell, right? Where in the world do you come? Oh yeah, because I got $1 billion some dollars. Yeah, I could just come in there and start giving advice to the world. Like, bro, you don't live where we live at, bro. Right? And I can't believe people will give all this admiration and stuff to Elon Musk, man. He don't live from where we live at. You can say a bunch of cool things, but they study people. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, they see what you put on your all your posts and all these other different things. So he just rhetoricing some of the things that they know you're passionate about to get you drawn in and sucked in, so they could destroy you, man. Right? So, like, I'm going on a little rant. Let me finish my scripture, right? Because ultimately it's for the elect, man. And he that departeth from evil, which will be the elect, maketh himself a prey. And ultimately, all these nations and all these people are going to come against the men of the Lord on the highways and the byways, calling you, some absurd things like black, which that's not a nationality. That's not even an identity, right? To say black identity crisis, black in itself, to say that in itself is identity crisis. Like the oxymoron in that whole thing, or I don't know how you say it, right? Is it oxymoron? I don't know, but the gall, man. Let's just say that, right? Let's say that, because that's absolutely absurd to say black, which is not an identity, it's a color. Cry that, hey, you if you're black, you are in a crisis, right? Right there's definitely no identity to that, right? There is definitely a crisis. Salakia, man. This, I mean, it bugs you out. Like these people are, yes, and Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai saw it, right? Man, the Lord sees everything, man. The Lord's eyes are 10,000 times more brighter than the sun. So the Lord knows everything. He sees everything. The angels are everywhere, right? The Lord said, I made the eyes, right? So not only just the angels, he made your eyes, even you elite, you FBI agent, you CIA agents. He made your eyes, he made your ears. The Lord said, if I created the eyes, should I not see? I created the ear. You think I don't hear what the freak is going on? You don't think I could see or hear what's going on? Right? So not only do the Lord got the angels and what you call demons, which are still angels, right? Right? They're the only one so-called doing wickedness that don't go off, right? The left-handed power of the Most High, they can do all manner of wickedness, but guess what? They're still righteous. It's you with your desires. You go to freak off because you don't understand judgment, right? But so Yahweh saw it, and what this and it displeased him. The Lord is displeased with that madness. Because ultimately everything's a test, man. At the end of the day. That's why there's good angels and there's bad angels, and they all work for the Most High to see what kind of decision you're gonna make. But you're ungodly, you're evil, so you don't understand judgment. You're just an evil ass dude. You don't know nothing else but to do evil. So you don't understand the judgment of the Most High. So the Lord is gonna just be displeased, first of all, with you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians that's following this devil, but he's displeased with this devil too, man. That there was no judgment, right? Right? There's no judgment in this world, in this earth, in this land, right? Yeah, and continuing on, Isaiah 59:16, he saw that there was no man and wondered that there was no intercessor, right? Because none of you are coming on the behalf of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. You're not coming on the behalf of the poor, right? The innocent. You're not coming on the behalf of saying, hey, wait a minute. There's freaking unrighteous doings in the land. There's no right, correct judgment going on. We need someone to speak up or defend, to come in between and say, hey, let's iron this thing completely out. But that's what Trump is pretending to do. He's pretending to be that, right? He's pretending to be like this intercessor now, so to speak. He's coming in and saying, hey, well, you know what? This thing has been jacked up, and you know what? The taxpayers paying too much money anyway, so let's gut them out. So you're thinking like, yeah, you know what? If they're doing all that, and then this and that, and would you say they're paying too much money towards this and that, and this will actually save America some money? Oh, okay. Well, then you know what? That's good. Maybe we wouldn't have to work so hard, right? But he's pretending to be an intercessor, right? The only one intercessor is Yahweh Shai. Watch, that's why it's going to say this right here. It says, therefore, his arm, right, the Lord's right arm, right, which is Yahweh Shai, brought up salvation. What is Yahweh Shai's name? He is salvation, right? Yahweh Shai, that's what it means, right? Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him, right? Unto, brought forth, gonna bring forth the elect out of the nation of Israel. Therefore all Israel shall be saved, right? Through the through the loins of the elect, right? And his righteousness, it so su tin su so so sustained him. Oh, and it sustained him, right? So matter of fact, let's look up that word sustain.
Sustain.
Sustain or sustained, right? Plural, past tense. Strengthen or support physically. So he's going to come and support physically. So the Lord, and also the Lord said that what? He's not going to meet thee as a man. Matter of fact, let's remember that. The Lord said that he's not going to meet you as a man. So since there's no man that's willing to be an intercessor or to support and help the poor, to help bring forth true judgment and justice, he's coming forth to sustain. When he's coming to do it physically, it says, and mentally, right? Right? And that's what he's doing through the scriptures, man. He's sustaining us and building us up in the scripture, bringing forth what? The comfort, right? He sent us forth what? The comforter. Help, assist, right? Encourage, right? This thing encourages.
Encourage.
These scriptures encourage us, man.
Succor.
Give assist and aid, man. It's coming to succor us, man. Right? Not in the way you would do it, Esau. Right? You would say succor, but you would say in a way of you're getting over on us, you know? Yeah, I like to carry. Cheer up. Oh, nice. Cheer up. Right? Yeah, you're cheering us up. Heart. Oh, that's a good one too. Hearten. Yeah, make more cheerful or confident. Hey, man, that's man. That's what it's all about, man. Right? Right. So this is Psalms 10 and 8. It says he sitteth in lurking places, right? Dealing with the CIA and all these other so-called agencies, FBI, because I believe even the FBI is not an American organization, right? Allegedly, right? So and that's what they do. They be in the they lurk in the villages, whether if it's in America, Babylon the Great, or anywhere in the world, in secret places. Doeth he murder the innocent, right? No matter where they're at, right? And really the innocent's talking about the Israelites, but they're so-called, which no one perishes being innocent, but when you just come into some person who has nothing to do with nothing, and you're just bringing drugs and this, and you're making all sorts of conspiracies, and then calling it a conspiracy theory, right? Which theory just in terms, I believe theory just means something you're thinking about, pondering, right? So you can't think about something and it just be a false thing, right? I mean you can think about things and it'd be an empty thought or empty notion, right? But things happen, and if things are happening and I start thinking about the things that's happening, you just try to disregard right? Which proves that there's no real judgment in the land, and people fall for that. The whole thing of saying conspiracy theory, right? Because I believe the theory, right? Because even when you go into science, they always say in theory, right? Well, such and such, such and such, and if you do this and this and that, it should work in theory, right? In in the thought process, right? Technically, it should work in theory, in thought, right? The hopes to be that it works in thought, in theory. But you turn around and say conspiracy theory as if that's a bad thing. That's insane. And you're supposed to just put somebody off as if they're, got a goddamn clown outfit on, and we're saying, and all, hey, and everybody's finding out the conspiracy so-called theorists are batting 1,000 right now, right? They have not been wrong yet. So I mean, imagine that. But they murdered the innocent. His eyes are privily set against what? The poor, right? Which dealing with you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, right? Right? Because now because of the Esau Edom's over you, you're poor in morals, understanding, right? You lack understanding. Hey, and without vision, what the people perish, man. You're going to perish without understanding that you're the Israelites, and this man is the devil, man. He's not doing an overhaul because he this is all a plan, right? It says that he devised iniquity, right? He devised what it says, deceit, deceit and fraud, man. So this is a fraudulent thing, because all of a sudden they're popping out saying that the U.S. aid, now the farm, it's going to affect the farms. So you think they didn't know that it was going to affect the farm? So which is going to affect your food, which is going to affect, how much you pay at the grocery store? You think they didn't know that? Of course they knew that, man. Come on, man. This guy is not out to freaking help you, bro. He's not out to help you. He lieth and wait in secretly as a lion, right? The military, whatever they got, right? The police, because now even the police is basically like a military state now. You look at the police and how they dress, man. They basically move militarily now. They're not like a regular Barney Fife police officer like they used to be. Walk around with just a little 6-shooter with just one bullet in it. Walk around, you know what I'm saying? These dudes are militarized, man. Right? Right? They don't do the thing that they used to do long time ago. They catch you, drunk or whatever. They would tell you, give me your keys and walk home. Because they figure after you walk home, you're going to sweat. It's going to come out your pores. By the time you get home, you're going to be sober. Right? Or they could take you to jail, but they're not going to give you a charge. They'll have you just sit in the jail and then release you in the morning, but not to give you a charge so that when later on you don't have a job. You know what I'm saying? That's these devils, man. Right? As a lion in his den, man. Waiting, man. He just, man. Because what is it? There's a scripture that says that matter of fact, because that's like a lion in his den. A lion in his den, that just made me think of that. Let me get this real quick. Right, because that made me think of this right here. Because, a den is basically like, a lion's den is basically like their house, their home, right? Where they, where they, it's their home, where they lay down at, this and this and that. It's just basically their home, a den. It says, this is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, right? And a lion, right? A lion's a very huge beast, bro. It is huge. So you gotta imagine the amount of food that it has to eat in order to be like good, right? that they could just sit in his den and just go to sleep, just rest and just chill out. But in that, the lion ate, but in the lion eating, it caused someone, another animal, or even a person, right? Because that's coming back in a major way. Mischief, right? It's gonna be your calamity. It's gonna be your your misfortune, right? But now it's nice and full. It can go to sleep. But that's kind of like how these devils are, right? For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. Man, that some is you Israelites, but it could be anybody else too. But it's mostly you Israelites, man. That ultimately their heart is privily set against the poor, and that poor is the Israelites, man. Right? You know. And it says, for evil people, right? And that's the whole elite, all the elite. Even Donald J. Trump is evil, man. He's an evil person, man. He comes from that lineage, man. All them presidents are all related. So he comes from that direct lineage of the evil, right? Those families. Right? It says, yeah. Evil people cannot sleep until they done their evil deeds, right? They can't sleep until they done their evil deeds for the day, right? Like it's their job, right? And that's what the Lord set them up as Cole with it. That's what the Lord set them up to do, man. That is their job, man. Unless they done their evil deeds for today. That's a cold precept, man. The NLT hit hard on that one. Unless they done their evil deeds for today, they cannot rest until they cause someone to stumble, right? And that's ultimately what it is, man. See? And that's them. A lion in his den, man. He can't sleep until he's nice and full. But him being full and able to go to sleep, it calls some other animal or something. Hey, they stumbled. They fell. They fell victim, right? Right? Yeah. See? Hey, let's keep it keep it going. Look, see right here. It says they eat the food of wickedness, right? Not actual literal food, but it's giving you understanding, right? So they eat the food of wickedness and drink the wine, right? Their philosophies, their ways, their democracy, their passing their different laws and this, how they do things, right? That wine of violence, and see, and ultimately it all comes down to some type of violence, man. Some type of violent way, man. A way that they know that yeah, because you're trying to get someone to do some more stuff. You hate them. That's violent, man. Because the Lord said, surely he that does that shall surely be put to death. The pitcher and the catcher shall surely be put to death, man. Right? That's violence, man. That's someone who don't like you, man. He hates you. Right? That's not a friend, bro. Right? Yeah, so it says, he lieth in wait to catch the poor, right? Seems like a lion would to eat that food. Lie in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor, right? Because he set up those traps. Oh, here's the drugs. Here's the rap music. Let's give you the violent movies. Let's give you all the conditions, and you get in trouble. We'll put you on some type of weird probation, right? And then you got dudes who's never committed a crime ever in their life, and Esau's mercy is to tell them, hey, well, we'll give you 3 years probation. Well, 3 years probation, that's a long time. That's a time that from that time to that time, you could end up doing something in that 3 years, and now because of that thing is going to give you you're going to actually go to prison, right? If I've never been to jail, I've never been in trouble, why would you give me 3 years probation when that's going to cause me to lose my job? Or if it doesn't cause me to lose a job, it'll prevent me from getting a better job later on down the line. But they don't give a damn, bro. That's this whole thing, because their thing is to catch the poor, man. Right? Could we get you Israelites first and foremost? But hey, you got the poor of Edom, right? Poor of all these other nations, right? But says when he draweth him unto his net, right? To put you in the trap, man. The ghettos, the vadios, the reservations. It's all just a trap, bro. It's all just a trap, right? To have you out there marching and protesting and tearing up the streets. That's a trap, bro. The elite is looking for they're looking for that to happen. Watch the movies when they show you these movies, because they pretty much know that people are going to go out there and riot. They're expecting it. But this is how you get order out of chaos. They're expecting it. But if you don't do that, and you find a whole nother way of which it's not gonna happen because it's in the scriptures. You're gonna do it. There's somebody, maybe it might not be you, but it's definitely gonna be some people that go out there and do the thing, and then hey, it is what it is. So he croucheth, right? And that's what Trump is doing. He croucheth and humbled himself, and that's what he's doing. You know what? Hey, the U.S. aid on the CIA is doing this. You know what? Hey, we'll just gut it all out. We'll fucking redo it, and we're gonna fix it all up. Hey, Elon, come all over here. Hey, you got a couple of ideas, right? You're a billionaire who runs computers and a goddamn shoot a thing out in the outer space. Now you know some shit about government and how to fucking do planes that taxis and take off and fly, and this thing that has that you're not familiar with at all, man. You have no business being at the White House you have no, like, I don't know how people are just with this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But hey, no one's saying nothing. It is what it is, right? So yeah, he humbled himself that the poor may fall by his what? Strong ones. And that's what he's doing. He's reeling you in, man. He's about to bring in that military. He's doing it with the ICE already. Right? This is all just a trap. Just all they laying out the net for you Israelites, man. You wicked Israelites, man, who don't want to get down with the program, right? We tell you that the self-proclaimed so-called white man is your enemy, and there's no possible way that the Lord, that the Savior, right, Yahweh Shai, could ever be a clean leopard or an infectious leopard, right? Because he's even though he's a clean leopard, he's like an infectious leopard in itself, right? His wickedness is like it rubs off on everybody. It rubs off on the world, man. The whole world is in wickedness right now. But you don't want to hear it until his strong ones come upon you, man. That military, man. These Gurkha troops or whatever they're gonna be, man. You ain't gonna like it, man. He that said in his heart, right, La'ab, his mind, the power have forgotten, right? And that's what he's saying, man. That Yahweh, the power of these Israelites, man, he forgot their ass. Look at them. Look at the low condition that they're in. That's what his mind till he's seen the elect out there on the highways and the byways, and then he's like, oh, And then the more and more we're out there, chariots are showing up, and then now they're showing up more, and then they're showing up a little bit more, and they're like, oh, it's almost that time. He really is about to come back. And then, of course, they don't really believe in the most High. So they kind of got their doubt that it's going to actually really happen. But then they're seeing a lot of signs that be like, man, well, it could be. It could be that it happened. So they're preparing for both scenarios, right? They're going to prepare for as if the Lord actually comes back, so they can fight against him, and try to preserve their rulership. And they have their mindset of saying, hey, look, he ain't going to come back, so let's go ahead and go after these Israelites, right? These so-called Israelites, right? We're gonna test to see if they are the sons of God, right? It says, he hideth his face, he will not see it, right? That goes into them also, like into the Illuminati too, right? Because that's what their whole thing is. We're the shadow government. No one knows who we are. We're this and it's not. Not even God knows who we are, because we're always putting things down on paper or putting things in secret codes, and then we're telling 3 or 4 people. So we're like 4 or 5 people removed before the orders actually go out. So no one knows who it actually is. Maybe even amongst themselves, right? You still got the Oppenheimers, the Gettys, the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, right? You got all these, these different families, right? And maybe not even amongst them, they know who really is. They probably sit amongst each other, but then whoever the real ones kind of put a little thing out, and then you're 3 or 4 persons removed from the order. And when the order goes out, so everybody knows the order, and it went out, but you don't know who gave it. So that kind of that could be something they do, and then that in itself puts fear, because then everybody got to mind their P's and Q's, and they got to watch what they say. Not to mention they have their little gatekeepers, and they have certain people around them to watch and see what they do and see what they say. And if they they get out of line, you get was Princess Diana, you get that treatment, so to speak, allegedly, right? But it says he hideth his face, he will not he will never see it, right? Ooh, never see it, right? Wow, that's crazy. He will never see it. So they just so forget about it. When we got a mindset like that, that's what it says. Your mind, man. The Lord ain't gonna ever see this, man. He don't know what he don't see what's coming. Like they got a sneak punch. You know what I'm saying? They think they're gonna snuff. You know what I'm saying? Snuff the Lord or something. Do a little sneaky punch. It says, arise, O Yahweh, O power, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Kadash, lift up thy hand, forget not the humble, the true humble, right? Not the phony humble, the one who humble himself, but really his whole mind is to make you fall at his strong ones, his troops, his military, his police, right? But this is the true humble, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, of Indian and Negro descent, the elect of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai that have come back, right, on the highways and the byways doing these digital epistles, whoever they may be, right? Because I don't know if I am, the other brothers don't know it, but they are out there. They're there. They're definitely there, right? The spirit is definitely there. I've seen it. I've seen the spirit work and move, and the spirit is definitely of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is at work. Wherefore doeth the wicked contend the power, right? So his whole thing is he's adverse, or he contends. He's like a fighter. That's what it's a contend. You have someone that's contentious or want to fight against you. Contend. Like another fighter against a fighter. The person is against you. So he fights against what the Most High brings, which is true righteousness, which is true judgment. So that's why they don't know what judgment is. He have said in his la'ab, his mind, his heart, thus will not require it, right? So I'm telling you, he's fully set that nothing's going to happen to him. That's what I'm saying. With all these chariot sightings and even seeing the elect on the highways and the byways, he see there's something to it, but he can't quite put his finger on it. But he's like, look, it ain't going to happen. Well, you say, not on my watch. You know what I'm saying? That's you know, that's kind of like their sentiments, you know. It says, thus has seen it, for thus beholded to this, right? Which means to look. That's what I say. To look, to feast the eyes, and pay attention. Beholdeth this, the mischief. And that's what they've been doing, man. Nothing but a bunch of mischief and spite to require it, right? So, but he is going to require it. To require it with thy hand, the poor committeth himself unto thee. And see, and we give ourselves over to the Most High and his Son, his only begotten Son, the only created being from Yahweh, man. The only being that Yahweh created was his Son, and his Son created everything else that you see, right? With the 144,000, right? Yeah, man, it's bro. So thus are the helper of the fatherless, man, and that's where we're at right now. We have been without the Father, but through the Son, through Yahweh Shai's sacrifice, man, we have a Father once more. So now he's gonna be what? Our helper, right? Right? Because the Lord said that what? He is a what? Yeah. So this is Psalms chapter 68 and 5. It says a father of the fatherless, right? Which is talking about Yahweh, right? The Most High. Let me see. I'll go up one. Salakia. It says sing unto the power, right? Which is the Most High Yahweh. Sing praises to his name, which his name is Yahweh, and his Son's name is Yahweh Shai. Exalt him that rideth upon the heavens by his name, Yah, right? Which would be Yahweh, right? Wouldn't be Jah, but it'd be Yahweh. And rejoice before him, right? Right? Which is talking about the Most High. A father, right? It's talking about the Most High Yahweh. Basham Yahweh Shai, Basham Rakakadash. A father of the fatherless, right? See, there you go. And a judge, right? Because since Esau don't have no judgment, he can't be a righteous judge. Because here you are, changed your life. You eat no pork, no shrimp, no crab, no lobster, and that's minor things. But then look, there's other things you did. You curved your appetite for certain women. You curved your appetite of certain just smoking, just sitting around partying, BSing, just playing video games, right? You change yourself from being a person who doesn't take accountability for anything to a person that takes accountability for everything that you do. You take accountability. You're rehearsing the righteous acts. Man, so what kind of judge is gonna judge you based on that? Because obviously they can't judge it because you're a black identity crisis, right? That's not correct judgment. You changed a whole lot. You realize black is just a color, which is absolutely right, right? They ain't telling you that black is not a national. That's not even a nationality. African American is not a nationality, right? Native American is not a nationality. Mexican is not a nationality, whether you know it or not. Puerto Rican is not a nationality. Jamaican, Haitian, any of those names, Cuban, Colombian, none of those. Columbia comes from Christopher Columbus, man. How can that be a nationality? That comes from Christopher Columbus. Puerto Rico means a rich port that they stole all the riches from. So there's no riches in that port anymore. Right? You can call it poor port because that's all it is. It's a poor port, right? But it ain't no rich port anymore. And that's not a nationality. What is it? Jamaican means wet wood or wet lumber or something like that. Salakia. But you know that Dominican means a holy dog. What kind of dog is holy, man? A dog's just a dog, right? Dog's good for protection, for companionship. Other than that, it ain't holy. Let alone, are you a holy dog? I'm a Dominican. What? You know what I'm saying? Right? I'm a Mexican. What part of that? What do that even mean, bro? Right? When you go into the Bible, those things got meaning. Issachar, so-called Mexican. Issachar means he is hired. Right? That has a meaning. Right? Bum Yum Yum, right? So-called Jamaicans. Bum Yum Yum means son of the right. Right? You know, you so-called African Americans or whatever, black, which don't make sense. That it's not a nationality, but Yahweh does, man, right? Yahweh thanks. That's a great meaning, man. To thank the power that created you, bro. What is wrong with you, man? Under the nation that's Yasha Allah or Yasha'al or Yasha Allah, right? He Prince of the power, he Prince of God, man. Now that's a name. That's a nationality, right? That's something to be proud of, bro. Some other madness that these people done created, man, under their deceptions and deceits and frauds, right? Like we were reading up there earlier. That's all this is, man. Right? It says for a father of the fatherless, a judge of the widows, right? Because that's ultimately what we end up being, like a widow, right? Like almost like our husband passed away. We need to be joined back into the Most High, man, because it says the Most High is our husband. So it's almost like our husband, like almost like he wasn't there. You know, like a woman who's a widow, her husband dies, now she's a widow. That's kind of like, that's why this is not like we're actually a widow, but that's just saying we were without our husband, or we were without the Heavenly Father. That's why it's saying fatherless. Like if we don't have a father, like the Most High left from, we don't have a father. But then it's also say widow because we're supposed to be married to the Most High, right? Joined unto Him, not actually married, but just saying that's how the connection. That's how close the connection is supposed to be, like a father or like a husband to us, basically, like so interconnected with His people, man. Right? That's the power. Yeah. Yeah, a judge of the widows is the power, right? See, His holy habitations, right? Which is of course, that land Israel is our actual habitation, which He's going to take us back there. He sitteth the solitary, Slakia. Says the solitary in His families, right? Solitary basically means to be singled out, holy, separate, right? Right? Solitary, soldiers, right? He bringeth out those who are brought with chains, right? Because we're in these, the chains of darkness, which is His bodies. But also we're here in this bondage under Esau Edom, man. You have all these different bondages, your birth certificate, your driver license, even this whole thing with these guys being so-called passport bros, right? You had to have a passport to go somewhere, which means you're not sovereign. You don't have no power, right? Even these Native Americans, right? They're all proud, you know, which is supposed to be Gad. You're supposed to be our brother, but you're proud against us, and you're just proud. We're sovereign. We're a sovereign nation. Well, okay, you're such a sovereign nation. You're so sovereign. Okay, see if you can catch a flight to China or somewhere without having a passport, because you're gonna say, I'm sovereign. I don't need to have that. Yeah, you ain't going nowhere, bro. You're not sovereign, right? The only way you're gonna be sovereign is under Yahweh Shai, man, under the Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And even then, we're slaves of Yahweh Shai, man. But the true freedom is in the truth, man. Knowing who you really are, right? Because the Lord is going to open up doors that can never be open. When the Lord setting forth planets, you could rule over entire planets, right? You know, the minerals and the the you know what I mean, the things that you're going to get out of that planet. You know what I mean, the Lord going to give you so many wives and children, and you're going to live forever, pretty much. You know, hey, man, you can live forever. But the rebellious dwelleth in a dry land. And when the nukes hit America, Babylon the Great, which is going to turn into a great big desert, hey, that's where you're going to remain, man. You're going to remain in this desert. But with all that, I want to give all praises and all honor and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and do well, right? To the elder apostles in Connecticut, the bishops, also Connecticut, the bishops, the preachers, the teachers, the evangelists, and the four winds preaching in truth and sincerity, risking your lives more now than ever, the hopeful elect, Shalom, to the Israelite foreigners whose phenotype may look like another nation, but bloodline goes back to Israel through your father and have come back to the fold, Shalom. To you sisters, you Akwathium, who listen and learn under your husband, which is your spiritual leader, with meekness and with silence. Yeah. Kwam Yasharallah and a Baba Ball.